Today I fucked up by kissing my boyfriend's mum with his cum on my face. This happened the Christmas just gone, but it still haunts me to this day. It was Christmas Day and my boyfriend's mum was coming over with our little boy's big brother, boyfriend's son, and after I'd put the meat in the oven we thought we'd have time to put the meat in again, if you catch my drift. Winking face. Just as he turned me around to jizz in my mouth, we heard a knock at the door. We quickly jumped up, pulled our clothes on as quickly as we could, and as we were doing this we heard them coming through the front door, so I ran downstairs, greeted his mum and boy with a big kiss and cuddle, and showed them to our sleeping son on the sofa while I went back upstairs to declare to the boyfriend what a close call that was. Went upstairs, turned out I had a massive blob of spunk on my cheek. If she noticed, she hid it very well and we had a wonderful Christmas, but the next time I went to hers and we stayed on the sofa bed, she told me in her broken English, "No jiggy jiggy." Too long didn't read. Mill comes over as we're finishing fucking and I greet her with spunk on my face. Let me just say you are so lucky he has chill parents. My parents are the same way, but if this happened to my GF and she greeted her own parents, I would 100% be fleeing the country. I really am. His mum is an absolute angel, but believe me when I say I wouldn't want to piss her off. She's raised 3 amazing sons on her own and every single one demands the greatest of respect for her, but boy are they careful not to step out of line. Embarrassed smiley face. Mother gives birth to son. Many years later, girlfriend kisses mother with boyfriend's cum on her face. This is the circle of life. Yeah, this'll be one of those memories where 25 years from now you'll be in the shower and get a perfectly clear flashback and it'll be the only thing you can think about for 2 weeks. Still trying to figure out what little boy's big brother boyfriend's son means. I'm guessing it's the boyfriend's son from a prior relationship. Little boy is the child that Op and her boyfriend have together. Big brother is a half sibling who is the boyfriend's son. She might not wanna come over again anytime soon. She did say she wanted a white Christmas, smirking face. PS your username is amazing, embarrassed smiley face. Today I fucked up by drinking spoiled cranberry juice every morning for the last 4 years. 4 years ago I decided to start working on my health by exercising more and improving my diet. One of the things that I started doing was cooking a large breakfast every morning: eggs, quinoa with blueberries, bread, potatoes. To drink, I mix 1 part cranberry juice with 2 parts water. It tastes better to me if it's watered down, and cranberry juice is expensive, so I save money by mixing it with water. I've also been meal prepping for the last 3 years, partly because it saves money and time, and partly because I'm a vegetarian and meal prepping makes it easy to obtain proper nutrition on a plant-based diet. I've noticed in the last year that my stomach has become very sensitive to certain foods. For example, I've recently had to cut tomatoes from my diet because the acid has become too much for my stomach to handle. I also started taking a daily probiotic about 6 months ago, which I think has helped a lot. So the other day I was meal prepping this bean salad with different types of beans, bell peppers, red onions, cilantro, etc. The recipe said to make the dressing for the meal separately and then pour the dressing on as you're about to eat it. Simple enough. The dressing was a mixture of spices like cumin, garlic powder, chili powder, and also some olive oil and some fresh squeezed lime juice. I was leery about the lime juice because of the acid, but I added it anyway. The recipe didn't say whether I should keep it in the fridge or keep it at room temperature, so I decided to just put in my cabinet. After all the ingredients were at room temperature before I mixed them together, so it couldn't hurt, right? Well, after the second day my stomach started feeling particularly upset and I decided to do some Google searching. Apparently lime juice must be refrigerated after being squeezed because at room temperature it very quickly grows harmful microorganisms like mold and bacteria. No problem, I'll just throw out the dressing I made a couple days ago and make some more. This time I'll keep it in the fridge. This is where the fuck up comes in. I hate drinks that are unnecessarily cold. Usually if I go to a restaurant I'll order a room temperature water, therefore, I keep my cranberry juice in the cabinet instead of the fridge. that way when I mix it, it's not too cold. This morning I was eating my breakfast that I eat every morning, and as I was mixing my cranberry juice with water I was thinking to myself, if lime juice has to be refrigerated due to the rapid growth of harmful bacteria after being opened, it's funny that cranberry juice doesn't. I was also thinking to myself that if cranberry juice did have to be refrigerated, then they would definitely put something like that on the label. I then glanced at the label and it said must refrigerate after opening. After doing a quick Google search, I found that after being opened, cranberry juice that is left at room temperature is only safe to drink for a couple hours. One jug of cranberry juice usually lasts me about 10 days, which means that I've been drinking spoiled bacteria-infested cranberry juice for about 9 out of every 10 mornings for the last 4 years. This could be the source of most of my stomach issues and food sensitivities over the last couple years. Too long didn't read. I didn't know that you were supposed to refrigerate cranberry juice after opening, due to the rapid growth of bacteria, so I've been drinking room temperature bacteria-infested cranberry juice every morning for the last 4 years, which most likely fucked up my gut bacteria and is probably the source of a lot of my stomach issues and food sensitivities. Edit: for clarification, I put the bean salad in the fridge. When I said the recipe didn't say whether I should keep it in the fridge or keep it at room temperature, I was referring to the dressing. Cold cranberry juice mixed with warm water is room temp cranberry juice. Just figured I might warn you while you're at it that it's also recommended to refrigerate milk. Seriously though, who keeps juice at room temperature? Who doesn't refrigerate most items once opened? Seems a given to me. Seriously, when in doubt, refrigerate. I would say go talk to a doctor, not because you have given yourself stomach problems, but simply because you have stomach problems. It's not a good idea to leave fruit juice out at room temperature because it ferments, aka turns to alcohol. Honestly, before I read the post I was expecting Op to say he was getting drunk this whole time. Hold up, you worried about the acid in the lime but cranberry juice is just as acidic? Yeah, this person clearly lives their life entirely by anecdote and instinct. Most people don't know that there are only really 3 kinds of food: energy, sugar, fat, and protein. They also don't understand the differences between micronutrients and additives, which many erroneously assume to be useless or dangerous, and even fewer know the first thing about pH. All of these are covered in school. Today I fucked up by being caught eating in my bed at midnight by my 5-year-old son. Put the young into bed a few hours ago. Started working on homework for school, and got tired around about midnight. I decided that it was time for a light snack, so I got a bowl of tortellini and some bread and went to my bed to chow down. My door is open to the kitchen and to his room. While laying down on my phone and heating pad, I'm scarfing down a piece of bread with tortellini. I look up and see his angry dad face. Do we eat in bed? Well damn, guess we don't. He marched me to the table and demanded I sit there till I finish my food. Now he's standing there watching me eat food. Tried to suggest he go wash dishes or back to sleep, but the little guy shushed me and pointed at my bowl. Theme's the rules and even dad has to abide by them. So now I have a punishment, and that to read 7 chapters of Captain Underpants instead of 5 tomorrow night. Too long didn't read. Son caught me eating in bed, breaking a rule. Now he's waiting for me to finish my food and demanded I be punished. Update: we read CPT Underpants in bed. He told his sister what I did. They forgave me. Is this what them #blessed women feel like from Facebook? Honestly, kudos to you for owning up to breaking your own rules. Kid's gonna remember you being willing to be held accountable. Good parenting there. Thanks. I actually like when he catches me breaking a rule. Happens frequently. It's mostly for the funny interactions, but seriously, kid tried to fine me $100 one time. 7 chapters of Captain Underpants isn't a bad time at all. Teaching your son the value in consequences while also getting to read some fun literature. Win-win in my book. Last night I took my kid's cat toy because she hit me with it and I chucked it into my bedroom. She replies with, "We don't throw our toys, that's not very nice." So I admitted that it was not nice, trudged off to get the cat and apologized to both child and cat toy. Then went and placed it gently on my bed. Stupid cat toy. The struggle is real. I hate holding back laughter when they mess up and say/do something funny. It's hilariously and annoyingly adorable when kids call you out on stuff lol. My kiddo heard her grandpa burp and says with surprise, "Papa." Papa did big burp. Papa, say excuse me. Such a serious tone in such a tiny, high-pitched voice lol. They keep us honest. See no evil monkey, and humble. Your son is lucky to have you as a dad. As a kid, my parents would lay down rules then make themselves as an exception to all the rules because they were older, which meant they knew more than I did. Thanks, and yes, I hate when people do that. We break the rules, but it's when I ask him or he asks me. Can he jump from the couch onto the beanbag chair? Yes, a few times. Does he usually ask before breaking the rules? Mostly. It makes him think, is this a good idea? Does this get me in trouble?